Question here is, did last night's victory prove the Lakers are going to survive all this latest drama? And I say no. I thought last night was more about the Boston Celtics and the problems they have there, and Kyrie Irving having a bad night. I think that game said to me a lot more about the Celtics than the Lakers.
I'm going to say yes. It was more proof of the Lakers when they play at an optimal level, when they live up to their potential. That is a team that can make a serious run.
22 threes?
Say it again?
22 threes they hit last night?
Golden State beat them at home with LeBron before injury, and they were the 4th seed by 20. Yeah, that team. It's the same team that's
hit 22 threes.
Okay, but that doesn't. It's a different formula every different time, but it's still LeBron James' team that now has brought the shoulders down, the relief, the gorillas off your back. We are staying in L.A. We heard Lonzo playing Puff Daddy. You know, we ain't going nowhere. It's real. These guys are a young core that is starting to say, we're here together. We're glue. Let's go out there and go get it.
Everything is psychological, you know. So we all witnessed this where, you know, there's situations, whether it's going from one network to another or, you know, going from one team to another team, especially when you're young. Psychologically, it does a lot to you, right? It does a lot to you as an individual. So this right here for the Lakers, the younger guys and the Lakers, the trade is over now. Now I can play a little more free. I know I'm not going nowhere right now, right? And you got to think about it. The millenniums are like this just in the world alone. They forget fast. So it's like, okay, I was worried. All right, well, mom and dad ain't going to do nothing. You know, I came in late. They ain't going to say nothing. Okay, cool, I lasted. They lasted right now. So now you're seeing more of a more confident, we got that off our back kind of thing. That's what I think.
What about when the kids come in and mom and dad have relaxed, but they still giving me up for adoption as soon as they can?
It's always multiple ways you can look at it, and yes, that's one of them.
Pack them bags.
But
stay packed.
Pack them bags.
You ain't got to pack them, just stay packed.
Keep them by the door. Keep them by the door.
But Luke did a good job last night of relying on his vets and putting the pressure on his vets and let them ride the wave until the end of the season. I think they have shooting coming, and they have some guys with experience coming. So it's going to be a situation where if they have their vets, they don't have to show off their young core like they did to make it attractive in a trade package. So now you can rely on your vets, and your vets have playoff experience. You have another champion on your bench. You have people that can put together performances from experience, from a confidence perspective. And if they get rolling on this stint of games they have coming up against some really tough teams, it puts a lot of pressure on people in the playoffs going forward.
Which I think they will.
And Dante, I'm shocked by your take. And I'm going to just tell you why. Because we've talked, and I can't believe you're not going to take this opportunity. Boston is in shambles. They have an organization and young players.
But you still have to play in Boston. And Boston is still a tough atmosphere. Yeah. They still have some tough competitors over on that team. Yes, they are in shambles. You're absolutely correct. I think it was a great game by the Lakers. And Boston is in shambles as well. I can't take that away from
Well, you got to think about it, too. Like what you're saying, Jace, you're right on. But again, too, you have to give Lakers credit. Now, at the end of the game, with Boston game, who's their best defender? Marcus Smart. He's not in the game. Was he 6 fouls? Did he have 6 fouls? Right? My point I'm trying to make is he's not in the game. Gordon Hayward's in the game. There's guys in the game that
shambles.
You're right, but you still have to give the Lakers some type of credit.
We're focusing on the Lakers' young players. What about your point that the Boston young players that went to the conference finals they're on the trade block too?
But Kyrie did make a great comment last night. He said, listen, you saw the length on the court at that point in time in the game. Like, I didn't have any pathways to the basket. That's a testament to what they have over there and they can use. They had a great performance from the Lakers. Boston is now they're in a mind trick right now because those young kids are looking like, oh, now we have an expiration date. It just flips back to Boston. We have an expiration date at this point in time.
They're thinking that.
And I carried you to the conference finals and you may trade
the demise of Boston. That was an old narrative. Look at Boston. They won 10 of the last 11. And the only loss was a 4-point loss to Golden State. This team was rolling.
They were definitely rolling.
They were rolling. And then the Lakers went in there and said, despite what's going on, They're on notice. Think about it. We all are this way. You could be in one form, one flow, and then someone puts you on notice. We about to trade your butt. Oh, we're not? But that notice has been internalized. So now you're not feeling awkward. People think it's going to be awkward playing with LeBron now. It's just like playing with Kobe. You can't do nothing to the king. You can't do nothing to Mamba. So it's not awkward. You got to suppress that.
So they don't notice for real.
To me, the trade deadline, to me, will have more of a significant impact. Look, the Lakers, to me, aren't a serious team. Boston should be a title contender. And I don't think they're going to compete for a title because I think they're as shook by the trade deadline and their impending getting dusted and moved out of town by Danny Ainge and an organization. Again, if I'm in that locker room, and I know they have moved Gordon Hayward to the bench and all that, but why is he getting minutes? And particularly in crunch time, he hasn't earned that.
The last 50-something seconds, Gordon Hayward's in before Marcus Smart is in. You don't get that rebound, Morris. Like that, Marcus Smart is in, it's a different game to me.
They had 10 days of a situation where the Lakers' young core was on notice and they might be on the trading block.
Right.
Boston got the rest of the season. They got the playoffs to think about this, have that mental struggle on their back. And they know two of them might be in the package. Like Marcus Smart might be, but they know Jason Tatum is the centerpiece of that trade. And how do you think he feels right now?
Well, who cares?
No, you have to care because he's young and his performance is based on his mental stability.
That's what happened to the Lakers in Indiana. We all are like this, and like I say, it goes back to psychology. We all are like this just as kids. Your biggest adversity for the Lakers guys was that the past week, playing against Indiana. They picked you. So when they pick you, now they want to trade you inside for the past 2-3 weeks, maybe a month. You feel insecure.
But wait a second. I'm saying who cares because the results, Boston's fourth in the East, despite a slow start, and Kyrie Irving certainly had a slow start by his standards. They're top 10 in both offensive and defensive rating, top 5 defensive rating. The team has figured a way to get this going and getting it going well. They beat Toronto. They beat OKC. This is recently. This team is rolling.
It, but based on talent, they should, to me, have the best record in the NBA.
I get it.
You went to the conference finals, and you got two of your best players
But the East
back.
is much stronger this year, and every year we see it.
And you got Kyrie Irving, the centerpiece. One, you got Gordon Hayward, who's a problem. Then you got Kyrie Irving, who's supposed to be the face of your team, and he's having open conversations, basically, about he may get the hell up out of there.
It is still the first year because Miami, when LeBron went to Miami with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh, everybody thought they should have won the championship the first year. That's not how it works. When Portland was stacked with Rasheed Wallace and Jermaine O'Neal and everybody else and Steve Smith and Scottie Pippen, you should have won it. You were a tip or rebound away from going to where you're supposed to go. But it's not so much as like, oh, because you have Kyrie back and you have Hayward back, you guys should be. That's not how it works.
Right.
They need another year.
All right. The Pelicans, to me, here are protecting the NBA's interest more than their own interest. And I think it's probably the right thing to do because I think when it comes to this offseason, the league is going to, regardless of what happens to Anthony Davis health-wise, they're going to make sure they get the right amount of value in a trade.
Yeah, they're doing the right thing by putting him out there. Look, this whole risk injury, let's not hype this up too much. I think it's getting exaggerated. Oh, don't put him out there as a potential trade chit, and then he gets hurt.
Boogie? Hey, this is the team, the Boogie? Boogie was on their team.
Porzingis, anybody? What a major injury just got traded, and they got assets for Porzingis. So you still will get what you need out of Anthony Davis, injured or not. So I'm not going there. And I ain't buy the whole integrity of the league argument. I bought what they really wanted to say is, we got a top 5 player here. He's box office. We're going to milk these fans as much as we can. We're going to get all the milk out this carton, add some water to call it milk after it. That's what you do. So they can't come out there and say, oh, we're protecting the league. They're just trying to get all they can out of the box office.
Okay, listen.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
They did the best thing for the NBA as a brand because we can't have the stars on winning teams sitting out on games where the team can get a win without them because of the guys who bought tickets and fans that came to see LeBron James for that one game he sits out. But for the New Orleans Pelicans, the biggest asset you had probably last 10 years, could walk away in free agency if something minor happens to him, something small, an injury happens to him that keeps him out of next year. Why would Boston trade for a player that can't play, i.e. John Wall, i.e. DeMarcus Cousins? God forbid, I hope that he is healthy for the rest of his career. But if something happens to him over these losing stretch of games, you let your biggest asset walk away in free agency because nobody's trading for a guy who's hurt who has to sit out. They're not going to do it.
It just happened.
I mean,
Porzingis,
He's not playing today.
right? But that's the only.
He's not playing this year.
He's not going to play this year because they're not trying to win this year. They want they pick and they try to. He can play. He's going to play next year. And
Well, wherever he goes, that
they're
could be
going to
the
look at
same
it. Why would I
situation.
trade? Why would I give up assets for something that I could just buy in free agency
No.
for pennies on the dollar like DeMarcus Cousins?
No.
Well, I think you should, and you both make really good points.
Thank
But
you.
I think you should play him. And listen, the NBA is a brand, and you will lose faith in a lot of your fans if you sit him and they know that man is still healthy at the moment. Forget what's going to happen. But these next 27 games, 28 games, however many games it is that's coming up to finish out the season, you can't dog it. I wouldn't want to dog it. He wouldn't want to dog it, right? So at the
You're
end,
running the Pelicans, though. Isn't it in your best interest to sit him?
no. I mean, sitting him does what? That does
That does
Protects him.
Protects
Keeps him
your
available.
assets.
It doesn't
what?
protect you from
Because
what?
his
Because
future
you're going
is what?
Listen, you're going to get hurt or not. Listen,
You're trading him, right?
you don't know the future.
Are you trading him?
You have no
Yes.
choice.
Are you going to
You
trade him?
have no choice
So,
to.
if you're going to trade him, are you going to trade him healthy
you can
or possibly hurt?
I think he's going to be healthy. I'm not
I
wishing
hope
on that.
he's going to be
So how-
healthy. But I got it. But
What if you
there's
pull a
always
John Wall?
Positives and negatives.
What if you pull a John Wall?
I mean, get hurt at home.
He's sitting around and get hurt at home. What if you can't read the future like that.
I understand, but
You
you,
just
can,
got-
but you can stop it. If it happens at home, I can't do
You
nothing about
can't
that.
stop
But if it
it.
happens on the
It's still
court,
the same reality.
It's
I'm
still
going
the
to look at it
same.
like
same reality,
I think
and we've
it's-
seen a
you made a good
reality where
point.
you trade
But
someone
all I'm
else.
But you
saying
have
is
to do it if you're
John
New Orleans.
Wall-
I agree with them,
John
but
Wall got hurt.
it's something-
Montiellis got hurt not playing basketball. People get hurt. So you sitting back and trying to preserve it as much as you can just so you can get some value from it, let him play.
I don't want to offend any viewers or anything, but it's like he's an asset. And it's like,
Yeah.
and so I want to say this delicately. Let's say you got a spouse.
Okay.
You want your spouse in the club every night?
No.
Because you want to protect that asset. So,
Okay, that's a great analogy.
It's not a great analogy.
But how
Y'all
about-
act like the club is making you do something. You doing something in the club.
It puts you.
What's going to happen is
They
this going to
blaming
happen.
Brazil. Brazil ain't did nothing to nobody.
What's going to
If
happen
you
is
ain't
going to
ready
happen.
for it, you ain't gonna make it.
Listen, if your spouse go to the club more than once or twice, then listen.
that's what
you got to
that's
choose.
what we're saying here.
Your spouse is telling you, "I don't want to be with you," so you might as well get rid of him anyway.
So you pay your
What are we doing?
asset to go to the club.
You
I mean,
gotta
this
do
whole
it.
analogy is off. Now, you ain't paying nobody to go to the club.
Listen, you don't want your spouse to go, but
You
guess
get a
what?
max contract to go to the club, girl.
I don't want my spouse to go, but if she keep going, that means she'll feel like being around me. You got to go. We got to make a decision, right? Go ahead. You keep
What's the
going.
signing bonus at the club,
You keep
though?
going. This door gonna be locked. I'm changing
telling-
locks.
I'm just saying,
I'm
if
changing
I was
locks.
asked the question, baby, you want me to go to the club tonight? I'm be like, no, stay home with me. We watching.
And you know what's funny? You
watch-
can still go to Office Depot, but not go.
I get it. The club is more dangerous. The club is
way more dangerous.
And being on the court is more dangerous than tearing your Achilles at home.
I don't know, Whole Foods and you pick them up.
Many a divorce has occurred from a home
No, she starts
food
seeing that
run.
sushi at 12 o'clock. We might be in trouble.
Yeah, right.
I just can't.
Right. You want to keep him out of as much fire as possible.
Yeah, you do. You're
But New
right.
Orleans has to play him. They have to. They have to abide by the
gotta play
rules.
him.
They have to take care of their fans. They have to do what's right by him if he wants to play. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, I just hope that he stays healthy because
Where does it stop?
Because I can't get as much as I can. You might still be able to trade him, but you won't get his full
You said that the
value.
other day. Where does it stop? If you got players being...
No, I agree. That's why he's doing the best thing for the league.
Right,
You
right.
had Kawhi Leonard sit out last year.
Yeah.
And to
Where does
me,
it stop?
but again, New Orleans is taking a bullet for the NBA because if he did sit out, trust me, there would be countless stories written about here's another superstar, top five player
fact, right.
sitting out. And I think New Orleans would prefer to sit this man, but they're doing the right thing for the NBA. But I do think the NBA is going to have their back. They're going to make sure they get great value when they do trade Anthony.
Don't lose sight of what your goal is and what you're there for. Your purpose is to run a business. And this is good for business, having Anthony on the damn court. Like, let's not get, there's a lot of elements going around, a lot of balls to juggle, but the most important is let's run our business.
You're saying as an
effectively.
organization, listen, it's not even personal.
Yeah.
We're going to make you feel amazing for these next 28 games, and whoever else comes, hopefully he'll speak well about us.
Yes.
Marcellus,
And then the karma is there.
You like cars, and you have a buyer for your car, and you selling it in 3 weeks, and you're getting top dollar for your car. You're getting over for your car. You gonna go and drive it a couple more times, or you gonna hold that thing out till you gotta sell it?
Look at me. Look at me. That's a great point. Except, is our agreement binding on the odometer? I'm gonna get a few more.
You know what it's binding on.
I'm gonna get a few more.
The odometer. You know, they want a certain amount of miles on it. They want the fresh tires.
I hate